Sorry.
Life expectancy in the U.S., by the way, by race. This is important. It matters. Asian, 83 years. Latino, 77 years.
Oh.
White, 76. Black, 70. So Asian life expectancy, Asian American life expectancy is 12 point something years longer than that of African American.
Because they meditate.
Yes, because they meditate, and it's the fountain of youth is the tongue of the
White rice.
And here, by the way, we've talked about it's the first generation have a lower life expectancy than their parents, right? So that's across the board. So we look at different demographics and why that's the case, and it's not just because of South, right? It's because of demographics. Then you also look at the trend overall lower life expectancy, which is shocking. That's startling. It's the first time on record. But I wonder why Gen Z would have a shorter life expectancy than, I don't know, the greatest generation or even baby boomers.
It is okay to be fat.
We can all agree on this, yes?
You know, sometimes you just gotta put your big girl pants on, tuck your shirt in. Who cares if your fupa's showing?
Bitch.
You can rock that.
Promoting obesity is what it takes to make other fat people feel hot. Obviously, I'm gonna do that.
We have known
That's
fat
not
bodies
obvious.
are beautiful throughout all time.
Someone fat like me, black like me,
Out of breath like me.
beautiful like me.
Sorry.
Thanks, Gerald.
Here's when's question. Answer this below. I want to hear your comments. When's the last time you saw an 80-year-old Lizzo's size? Asian life expectancy is 83. When's the last time you saw someone 83 the size of any of those women?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you hating me? Because you're dying.
Award
hate you.
acceptance can be cardio.
Yes, it can
Yeah.
be. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
If you can only see her pancreas, it's always like this.
Yes.
I'm exhausted.
But look at that
Zoom out.
gap. Look at that gap from Asians down to the
That's
black
huge.
community.
13 years.
14, yeah, almost 14 years. That's a generation nearly. In some parts of the world, that's a generation. They're having kids at 14.
Well, but Gavin Newsom wants you to not know anything about the context and just think, oh, it's because of their policies, the oppressive regimes down here. You guys can't even keep people alive. And it's like, no, the Asians just chose to settle in New York and San Francisco. That's not our
By the way, it also, people say, oh, culture is a dog whistle. Okay, I'd love to hear comments from you. But, and by the way, hit the like button, whatever it is. Share the show if you can. But comment below if you are Asian, okay? Or if you're black.
But the idea that-
because if people are Asian,
Yeah.
I've had plenty. I went to a school that was like almost 30-something% Asian.
Yeah.
The culture, and I would be around. I remember being around my friend, deaf kid, guy was named Kevin. He was deaf and he couldn't hear and he was Asian. He already had an accent. So imagine like a really severe Chinese accent. And he was deaf and nobody wanted to be his friend. And I tried really hard. But I remember his parents telling his sister, like, "You're getting chubby. You can't have popsicle. You're getting too chubby. Go outside. Go play outside."
Right.
They will tell you. In Asian culture, they will tell you if you are getting overweight. It is the culture of the Asian family to point out, and a lot of the women value being traditional. A lot of women value, still fitting in. A lot of women value fitting into their wedding dress. It's a generational thing. It was the culture of telling someone, hey, you're getting overweight because they knew it came with health complications. Now, everything is beautiful. Fat is beautiful, okay? Also, genital mutilation is beautiful. All right. So is violent crime. There should be no consequences. And then you wonder why your life expectancy is lower. I'm sorry I cut you off, Brian.
No, but I think that the narrative with the liberal establishment and someone like Gavin Newsom is so rudimentary. The idea is if you are not doing well, it has nothing to do with the actions you take as an individual. It's because you're either oppressed or it's somebody else's fault. And by the way, you're perfect just the way you are.
Right.
There's no work that requires just the essence of your human form, no matter what it is perfect, and anybody who tells you otherwise is racist, misogynist, homophobic, etc.
Now combine that with what we just talked about. Combine that with the inconsequential, and by that I mean soulless Eastern religions of the concept of nirvana or enlightenment. It's all detachment. I'm detached from healthy eating. I'm detached from obeying the law.
I would say this about the Asian. So if you look at ethnic Chinese in any culture, whether it's in West Africa, Malaysia, and they suffer from a lot of discrimination. they always excel because there are certain cultural traits like frugality, education, practice, and self-restriction.
Right.
So, when
jamming piano keys in your son's neck when he gets the wrong.
true.
that is
hits the
correct.
wrong
You're going to
button.
play,
Necessary.
yes, and placing the piano in front of the window so the other children are. You can watch the children
exactly.
play
Yes.
through your tears.
Yes.
Strength in this life, happiness in the next.
Exactly.
But you'd have to say that in your Asian accent.
Yeah, I will.
You know what I'm
Franklin,
saying?
it's like happiness and next. Look at boy play. Oh, street hockey. Oh, street hockey have orange ball. You love orange ball. Play now.
Yes, Papa. Yes, Papa.
Half Asian
Notice
lawyer
I
Bill
don't have
Richmond.
one
His
'cause I grew up here.
mom.
Yes.
His mom. They're friends now. He told the story. His mom jammed piano keys in his neck when he did it wrong and duct taped soap in his mouth for talking back. He ran down the street and they called CPS.
But now he can play the piano.
But the thing is, his mom didn't even know what the problem was.
Right.
They were like, "Did you jam piano keys in his neck and duct tape?" Why are you here?
I'm Tiger Mom.
Of course.
Well, she's
Why you-
embarrassed that he's only a lawyer.
Yes. Seriously. She's embarrassed that he's only
He's
a lawyer.
a
He's
magna
not a
cum laude
doctor.
graduate from SMU Law School.
But he can make beautiful music on that box we call a piano.
He actually plays violin really well, too.
There you go.
Nothing like perpetuating the original stereotype. But it's a good point. Look, everything about you is beautiful. No, you're not. You're not. You're not perfect. And this is also a problem in relationships. If he loves you, he'll love you just the way I... No. Does any woman actually think that you love everything about your man? No. This stems, by the way, from feminism. Yes, it does. It stems from third wave feminism. This is not to women out there who are strong, who work on themselves. But the problem is an entire generation of young women. Here, let me ask you this. Okay, I just had this question the other day. I don't know if I said this on the show, but fat pride. Okay, let's take that. Here's the thing. Those people are fat models. Those people are fat sex symbols. I've had women say, yeah, well, it's okay for a man to be fat. I go, really? They say, yeah, I have icons. I go, okay, name me one. They go, Chris Farley, John Belushi, Jonah Hill. I go, yeah. Any of them on the cover of Cosmo, they have to be wildly talented, and they're recognized for that. There are no fat male supermodels. Nope. There is no fat Tess Holliday male. There is no male equivalent to Lizzo. Now, there might be men who are talented, who happen to be fat, but they don't demand that you declare them to be beautiful. That's the problem, is telling you that everything about you is perfect. There's nothing wrong with saying you are valuable in spite of your flaws, in spite of your sinful nature. You still have a lot of value. There's something wrong with saying everything about you is of value. Now, let me go back to someone of no value, Gavin Newsom, on his stupid red state tour, which, like, he might as well just call it my personal failure tour. He might as well just call it, like, the contrast that I really shouldn't be drawing attention to tour. This guy's an absolute moron. You might be asking, why is he doing this when his own state is falling apart? Here's the thing. A lot of Californians are asking that question, too.